What's going on, all you beautiful people out there? Got another first impressions video here for you. So this one is a first for the channel, first for me. I've actually never had a Trivisa knife. So this will be, like I said, this will be a first. This is the Equ-04L Stonewash 10CR blade with blue micarta. So this is a Steve Chang design. Again, it's 10CR, what is it, 10CR 15 CO MOV, something like that. Basically, it's VG10 steel. For anybody who doesn't know, 10CR is the equivalent to VG10, which, several years ago, VG10 was, considered a very good steel. It's kind of went a little bit on the wayside because a bunch of other steels have kind of replaced it. But it is a very, very good steel, especially for EDC use, easy to sharpen, holds a decent edge. Anyway, I digress. Again, first Trivisa. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me from Trivisa, so I always like to tell everybody that. But as per usual, expect a full, honest review. If there's anything I see wrong with the knife or anything I don't like about it, I'm gonna tell you. So far, packaging is pretty good. Typical slip box over. The underneath box has got a cool blue hint to it, blue and gold. I like the the hard box here. Really nice embossed fabric there. It's the small variety, so it's not a very large. Cleaning cloth. You do have your Trivisa product certificate. That's cool. Says it passes QC standards. This was tested just a couple of months ago, back in August. So that's pretty cool. Again, my first Trivisa, so I don't know what all it usually comes with. And of course, your typical manual comes with all the knives. Thank you for using, use and care manual. Oh, cool! You get a little microfiber baggie. Very nice. Again, just unboxing experience, real good solid foam in here. Looks like it'd be made to fit several other knives. So again, really cool. So far, so good. Box comes in a little Ziploc baggie. The knife comes in a little Ziploc baggie. So let's crack into this. So this is more of like a gentleman. Well, I don't even know if I'd call it a gentleman style folder. Just because it's a little wider than most gentleman's folders. So far, it's got a good weight to it. The micarta it's kind of an in-between micarta. It's not the super slick micarta like a polished micarta. It's also not super rough like some of the canvas micartas you get. So we'll kind of crack in here for a little close-up view. Let's see. I want to try something. I want to see if my zoom-in camera works better for one of these close-up views. So, yeah, kind of. Okay. So you got a little bit of, as Bees likes to call, a little bit of texture vision. So we do have a fairly generous lanyard slot there. Your pocket clip is very deep carry. You can see it kind of sticking up there over the top. We'll go back into the pocket clip here. So you do have inset with flat screws. Check the pretty decent on the pocket clip. You have your Trivisa logo there. You got a few jimps here on the flipper, and they are done very well. That's actually really nice. So this last, oh come on camera, focus. So that last jimp just really grabs your finger, and I mean it's gonna. I'm not gonna open it yet, but I have a feeling that's gonna rock it out there. I mean, look at it. It's pretty even with the pivot, so it doesn't give you a ton of leverage. Front flipper looks like it's done very well. typically these front flippers that stick up a little bit more, you know, the more Japanese style front flippers are good. You got plenty of jimping. It is a wider jimping, so going to be a little different there. So I'm going to take it off here. I'm going to go ahead and flip her open here. Okay, we'll get more into that. I just want to check out the blade. So this is a Japanese style Tonto. I'll just use the blade, the one that I always use, and get some of this Earl off of here. So, since while we're on the subject, I wish more companies would use the larger ones like what Civivi uses. You got a lot of real estate here. But I digress. Again, really beautiful blade. Let's get this focus back up. Nice stone wash. So far, it looks like it's a sterile blade. So you've got no branding on this side, on the show side. See, on the clip side, we have 0 branding except for the blade steel, 10CR. So A+ for that. No branding. The grind lines look good. Let's see if we can check out the actual edge bevel. Edge bevel looks even. Bravo on the sharpening choil. Look at that. I mean, you got some pretty decent sharpening choil there too. So right there's where my fingernail's at. That's where the plunge grind ends. So you've got plenty of room for sharpening before you even get to that plunge grind. Trivisa, so far I am very impressed. I've seen a lot of reviews on them, and none of them have really been bad. So I really appreciate the opportunity to take a look at one of your knives. And so far, I'm really liking it. Alright, so let's zoom out to our normal spot here. Okay. So again, let's take a look at that action. So the detent feels solid. I mean, you know, I'm sitting there, you can see I'm pushing on it, and it's not falling out. So it's not got a light detent. The detent seems to be tuned very well for the flipper. This is just done well. Tons of access to the lock bar. So what I can't stand, and you see it all the time, is you'll see where the show side, they, I guess for aesthetics or whatever, they leave this flat so they don't give you a relief cut here to get access to that lock bar, and it makes it such a pain in the ass to actually use the knife. Personally, I don't care if there's a scallop here in my show side scale. Knives can be pretty and functional. This proves it. So it's not a bad looking knife. It's a very handsome knife, but you have a cutout for your thumb to get into the daggone lock scale. I mean the liner lock, and that just makes it a joy to use. I can fidget with it and it not be a problem. I can use it. I would be able to use it with gloves on. You do have some jimping there on the lock bar. Alright, I suck at front flippers. We'll try this one. If I can use it really well, then it knows it's a good one. That's pretty good. The action's already starting to free up too. Man, that's actually a really good front flipper. I was kind of worried because a lot of times with front flippers that have regular flippers, the flipper ends up getting in my way. But it is a fairly short flipper. So when I have my hand here, you can see there's just enough room for that flipper to get by my index finger. So I am going to fail it from time to time just because I'm not super good with front flippers. But it works. Again, the detent's kind of tuned just right for it, but it's got a really good flipper action. Like I said, the jimping on that flipper works. Don't really have anything bad to say about it. Let's check out the pocket clip here. So slides in on the fabric really nicely. You can kind of see that's what you're going to be left with. So it is a very deep carry pocket clip. Screw holes make it to where you can kind of grab a hold of that. So that is a double function there. I'm going to test it out in my own pocket here. I've already everybody's in bed and I'm at my work table, so I've got where to put up my daily knife. Slides in and out of the pocket just fine. My Micarta gives it a little bit of traction. Pocket clip seems to have plenty of retention. If I had one complaint or one nitpick, I'd say maybe it needs a little bit tighter pocket clip, just a little bit. And I'm talking like not much at all. I believe we are T6 and T8 on the hardware. Let's see. Yep, T8 there. And yep, that's going to be a T6. Yep, T6 and T6 on the pocket clips. So let's see if there's any Loctite on the pivot. Make sure my screw's in there all the way. So no Loctite on the pivot screw, which is, yeah, it's fine. No detent lash. I'm trying to find something here, guys. Like I said, I promised an honest review. I'm gonna give it, but I can't find a fault so far. No detent lash. And I just got done screwing with the pivot too, so I don't know if it's back to where it was set from the factory, but no pivot lash. Zero lock play, side to side, up and down. Right there is where your detent is. So I mean, the detent's tuned well. So right there is, as soon as you break the lock, you're over the detent. So you break the lock and that flipper hits your thumb, you're past the detent. So there's no late detent. The detent's tuned well right out of the box. The action is actually not terrible. Right out of the box. I mean, it will guillotine you if you just hold the lock bar, and if you miss the flipper and you just let it come down, it will guillotine you. I really got nothing bad to say here, folks. I like the knife. I'm very impressed. What's up, everybody? So coming at you off the tripod here. After I finished up with the video, I thought of or found some things that I didn't talk about because I always forget something. The micarta here is milled, so it is, or not milled, it's contoured. Excuse me. So you do have that kind of a concave shape there milled into the micarta. Gives you a little spot for your thumb to sit. Just makes it really comfortable. I did want to show here that the lockup is, or excuse me, the centering is dead nut centered. Lockup is good. Some people may say it's a tad early, but it's got plenty of lockup there, plenty of life left on it. So yeah, I wanted to make sure you guys seen that, because that milling does, because the knife looks like it's just a normal slab-sided knife, but until you get it in hand or you see it in person, then you can see that that concaveness there really gives your fingers and thumbs and stuff a good place to rest. So, all right, back to the past. Trivisa, again, thank you for letting me check this out. If this is what your guys' knives are like, quality-wise, I can't wait to see what else you've got. I'm very, very, very impressed. Yeah. Again, I honestly kind of wish I had a complaint, so make it a little more fieldable. It's even not even really my style of knife. I typically like a different blade shape and things like that. I do love a Japanese tanto. Let's check the sharpness. Let me find a piece of paper I haven't already shredded. That's all right. We'll just use my notes from earlier. So, oh yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to do curlies, but those are push cuts, ladies and gentlemen. So the tantos, The actual tanto portions are usually a little more, have a steeper grind to them. Usually have a little more meat behind the edge. So that one doesn't necessarily push cut. So it is a little less sharp there on the tanto portion. But the rest of the knife is nice and sharp. So very nice, very nice. No duller than I would expect from any other knife company. You know, some companies do better jobs. So maybe I guess that would be my one complaint, or my I guess the second quote unquote nitpick on it would be the edge is slightly less than what I would expect. And I'm talking very slightly. It is a beautiful grind. I don't know if it'll shave. Yeah, it won't quite shave, so. But again, for a factory edge, I'm not really complaining on it. I could probably strop it up and it would be more than adequate. So yes, a great knife altogether, great packaging. I do like when they have these little things. It's not much, but when, like, I don't have a ton of options for storing knives when I travel or if I'm taking them somewhere. So having these little things allows me just to throw this in a bag and not have to worry about it. You know, I don't have to find a pouch for it or anything like that if I don't want it to get messed up, or to mess up another knife. So there's not really anything on here to mess up or to scratch. So, but I can't. Yep. All right. Well, that's it. I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you again, Trivisa, for sending this out. I wish I had a name to go along with it other than just Trivisa. Whoever contacted me on Instagram, again, thank you. Look forward to seeing what you guys have in the future, and we'll catch everybody next time. As always, again, be kind, be humble, be EDC. Y'all take care.